My girlfriend and I decided to take a month-long trip to Spain. It was half Running of the Bulls, half Camino de Santiago. So the Running of the Bulls is a story in itself. This one will be about the Camino. So the Camino de Santiago is a pilgrimage. It's a hike. A lot of people do it almost like the Appalachian Trail, where it's just a long hike. Some people do it for the religious pilgrimage. Santiago is St. James in Spanish, so it's to the burial place of St. James. So my girlfriend and I decided to pack a tent. A lot of people, almost everybody stays in the hostels, the albergues, for the pilgrims along the way, but we decided to actually pack a tent. So our packs were about twice, maybe 3 times as heavy as some of the other people on the trail. And we also decided to sleep in. Everybody was waking up at 7 a.m. So mind you, this is in July in Spain on the flat open countryside. So it's 90 degrees. And we had heavy packs. We were waking up at about 9 or 10. And you walk I think it's about 25, 30 kilometers each day. So most people were done by about lunch. We would walk till about 4 or 5, which was obscene. People couldn't believe that we kept on carrying on that long, but it really was just because we were not waking up on time. So we were in a city about to start a mountain range. This was after lunch. We were about to do an entire mountain area where most people had just stopped in the city for the afternoon. And we're looking at our map, and there's 3 different ways to go. And we're trying to figure out which might be the best way to go when this little old lady comes out of nowhere. We didn't even see where she came from. All of a sudden, she's right next to us. She's this tiny little Spanish grandmother, and she holds our hands, and we barely speak Spanish, and she's talking to us in Spanish, and she's pointing to her map, and she basically says in broken Spanish or broken English and Spanish that we might be able to understand. You don't want to go that way. You don't want to go this way. You want to go this way. It's the easiest way. That way is very difficult. It's late in the day. It's hot. And we said, okay, thank you very much, and crazy lady. And we're like, well, I don't know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And then she came back. I came back a second time. She's like, you don't want to go that way. You want to go this way. It's the best way. Trust me. And this is all, again, it's in broken Spanish, broken English. She said, thank you. Finally, she comes back again, just appears out of around the corner. This time she places something in our hands. She puts it right in her hands. She said, please just go this way, just for me, just go this way. We said, all right, thank you very much, thank you. And, it's in our hands. We're thinking, this is something, what's in here? It's, something like a mojo bag or some talisman or something special, something magical. It turned out to be a can of anchovies and olives. We're like, all right, fine. And so we took her advice. We went this way. And even the shorter route that she recommended was still very hard and long. And again, it's 90 degrees outside. We're walking through the mountains. And finally we get to this spot at the top of this mountain. It has the best view I've ever seen. We're above the cloud line. And we're just looking down, and it's this beautiful field. And we're not where we expected where we hoped to be for the night. We had hoped to get to a place where there was a hostel. But we were in this field on the top of this mountain. We said, we have to camp here. This is gorgeous. And when we got to the field, we started setting up our tent, but then we realized there's 2 shepherds right here in the corner. And this is not like the Spanish Riviera. This is rural northwestern Spain. And the shepherds are shepherd. They have 3 teeth. They don't speak English. And the Spanish they do speak is somebody, I hope nobody's from maybe West Virginia or Tennessee in here, but it is hick Spanish, right? So we're trying to understand what he's saying, and it's basically y'all don't want to camp down here. We got the cows down here. You're right in the paddy zone over here, and we're in broken Spanish. We're like, we sleep here, okay, good. And he's like, you're not really understanding what I'm saying now, are you? We got the cows down here. They're coming this way over yonder, and you're gonna be right here in all the wreckage over here. And we're like, so after cows, it's good we sleep here. Luckily, the other shepherd actually spoke a little bit of French. My girlfriend speaks French, so we figured out that it's fine as long as we could find a space for our tent that we could sleep there, as long as we didn't mind sleeping in the paddy zone, right? So as long as we were out in the morning because the cows were coming back down in the morning. So we were able to set up our tent, and again, it's above the cloud line, so we're looking down over all these mountains, and you can see the clouds underneath. And we sat there, and we realized that we had planned on staying in a hostel that night, where they usually have dinner. So we had everything set up perfectly, and we were just sitting there starving, and we realized we have a can of anchovies and olives. And we made an anchovy and olive sandwich for dinner, and it was delicious. Thank you.